All right. So let's say that you feel like maybe you're ready to buy a home, maybe not sure, but you feel like you're ready and you want to take the first step. Jason, what is the first step if you want to buy a home?
Sure. The very first step that I tell buyers who contact me, like say they're looking on Zillow or they found our website or they came through the referral, I tell them to contact a lender. Now, the exception to that is if you have cash money, you have hundreds of thousands of dollars you want to commit to a house, by all means, let's go look. If, short of that, like the majority of people are not going to be in that boat. So if that's not the case, I would say get in touch with a reputable mortgage broker, lender, bank, whatever the case may be. Now, locally, I would say that would be you. And I would usually try to send people your way. But if you're elsewhere, get a recommendation from your realtor or friends or however you want to do it. A lot of times, realtors know great sources for rates, service, all of that. So, but the reason you want to get qualified on the front end before you even start doing any shopping in person is because you don't want to waste your time. You want to make sure you're comfortable, that number one, that you can do it, and number two, that you're comfortable with the payment. And so those are two things I always tell people on the front end. Let's get that squared away before we start spending too much time looking at houses.
Yep. And you want to make sure that or being pre-approved shows the seller that you are serious. Very
Right,
important.
exactly. Because you're going to get a letter from your lender that's going to go with an offer. Like when you're ready to make an offer on a house, that's going to substantiate the terms of the loan and kind of say, hey, these people are good to go as much as we can tell. We've done all of our due diligence as a lender, and these people are pre-qualified, pre-approved, pre-qualified, whichever term you want to use. But yeah,
Yep.
we've done some research and we feel good about them.
Perfect. So first step is to get pre-qualified, and I'll share very briefly what pre-qualification
Sure.
entails, kind of what the process is. So lenders are always looking at three things primarily. Lenders are always going to be looking at income to determine your debt to income ratio. They're going to be looking at credit,
Mhm.
and they're going to be looking at down payment. So typically, lenders are going to require documentation in order to support that. They're going to be looking for pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements. We're going to pull your credit. So it's kind of unfortunately a pretty extensive process, but we try and make it as painless as possible. I will say that generally speaking, a lender like myself, we can get you pre-qualified as quickly as we can get the information, as quickly as you can fill out the application online and provide the documentation. So if you have all that stuff ready, we can get you pre-qualified in an hour or two. So
Mhm.
typically it's about 24 to 48 hours, kind of depending on the situation. The good news about at least up to this point in the process is that there's no cost. You're not going to incur any fee from Jason or myself on the front
Right.
end for this pre-qualification process. This is all free information for you.
And for questions in general, I think that's something that's important to point out. Like if people have questions in general, we're not going to charge you by the hour to answer your questions. If you,
Yeah, don't start the
but,
clock. Yeah,
but yeah, exactly. This is not billable hours kind of situation. It's just we're trying to help. So provide a service, and obviously we get paid on the back end when things are finished. Like when you actually buy the house, that's when we get paid. So we're not getting paid before that.
right. So one last point. So again, if uh, you feel like you're ready to buy a home and you want to take the next step, first step, potentially contact a realtor, but really they're going to tell you to get pre-qualified if they're a good realtor.
So, if you're local, if you're in the Austin, Texas area or Central Texas or possibly outside of this area, depending on where you are in Texas, but if you're in Texas, give us a call, especially Central Texas. If you're outside of Texas watching this video, ask your friends and ask your coworkers or, kind of look online, look for reviews, ask in Facebook groups for, that type of thing and try to find people that are reputable and preferably experienced that know what they're doing. So, and that's for both realtor and lender, I would say. But if you're
Yes,
local, give us a call because we're the dream team. So we're happy to help.
for sure, for sure.
Yep.
So if you want to get pre-qualified, if you just have questions or you want to take the next step, feel free to drop a comment or find us on social and shoot us a message. Happy to help. Again, we do this all day, every day, so we would love to help you.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't need our service, we know this industry inside and out. So happy to help at least point you in the right direction.
That's right.